Okay, what you want to do is you want to download the After Effects. So go to the website listed and either sign up for your Adobe ID if you have one, or just simply sign in. Since I have one, I'm going to sign in just to demonstrate how this is done. So you need to put in your, and if you have one already, you need to put in your password, your email address that you registered with, and then your password. Once you do that and you click sign in, then it should start downloading for you. I basically already have this, so what I'm going to do is once this pops up, I'll cancel out of it. But here you see right now, it's just saying Adobe Effects is downloading now. But once it's downloaded, you want to open it, launch it, and then you want to click on the new composition selection once it's launched. And basically you'll see here a variety of things. I would just keep everything as is. Here I'm just going to give it a title as text animation. But as far as the size and everything else, just leave as default. And once you either make changes or leave it as is, you want to just click on the OK button. And that'll give you a blank screen. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a simple, we're not going to learn this whole program or anything like that, so don't worry. All we're going to do is do a simple text animation. And basically, there are a variety of buttons that you'll see in the over top, which are just basically your Adobe buttons, so there's nothing unusual there, but the variety of buttons are similar to if you're familiar with Photoshop or any of the other things, so they're pretty similar to that. What we want to do is we want to make sure our workspace is text, and you'll see a variety of different workspaces, and we want to make sure it's text. That'll bring up all of the necessary elements to the right. So basically what we're going to do is select the text tool, and once we select the text tool, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click in the white space with the text tool selected. Here you'll see there's two different text tools. There's the vertical and the horizontal. Just select the horizontal text tool, click in the white space, and basically put some words in, put some text in. In my case here, I'm just going to put in the word EPB as a description of the program, so I'll work with that and I'll just animate that. You can put one word in or two words or whatever you'd like. Once you select that, you could go ahead and adjust color if you'd like. And in this case, I'll just make it red. You can make it other colors. You could see the color charts up there, so you can make it whatever color you want. But again, we're not going to overdo this. We just want to show a little bit about animation, quick animation using Adobe After Effects Trial. Now, what you want to do is we're going to do some animation. Now, you'll see these little timepieces as you open up these menus. You'll see these little little clocks under the transform menu. You'll see other little options there, but basically we're just going to focus in on, you'll see here more options. You can see all the variety of options. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus in on the transform. And so what we're going to look at is you can see the various possible transformations, rotation, and other things. Now, what we're going to do is once you click on the little clock, what's called a keyframe will be inserted into the timeline. Right now my timeline is on 0. So if I go ahead and at 0 select, what I'm going to do is select scale at this point. What I'm going to do is go ahead and play around with scale a little bit. You'll see right here, I click on that, and that's your keyframe that'll appear in your timeline. There's a little gold diamond. And I'm going to move my timeline all the way up to 10 seconds, since that's the length of the movie that we selected when we opened up the composition. At that point, then I can make adjustments in the size of this object, and you can see I could stretch it, I can make it go in various directions, make various adjustments to it just by clicking on the little handles. You also can make the adjustments right in the dialog box under transform. You'll see numerical input where you can numerically make the adjustments as well. And here you can see as I move up the timeline, I got an animation already. That animation is just a size animation or scale. And you can add some other ones. This is a position one, so I can move it around. I have my adjustment now at 0, so now I'll move it back up to 10 seconds, and then I can make other adjustments. You'll see now all of a sudden a action line or a motion line, and that motion line could also be played with. So at this point here I have it going from small to big, and also have it moving down the picture frame as it gets closer to the right side and the bottom. It's also growing. If you push your space bar down, you would get it would take you through the timeline, so you could see basically how it would animate. So now what I'm going to do is make some other adjustments here. So I'm going to look at maybe looking at other things like rotation. There's rotation. There's other movements you can use. Here I just made some more position adjustments so it fills up the page a little more clearly. But using the rotation, now I'm just using it right on the using the rotation right on the numerical portion. Okay, after doing some of that, now I've made some adjustments in rotation. I made some adjustments with a timeline. What I want to do is play around a little bit with that actual line that would be the animation line, and you can make adjustments just in that line, and that will adjust the path. So I've adjusted the path, and you can see here I bent it a little. So now if I go ahead and test that out, you'll see that just shrinking it so you can see it a little bit. If I test that out, you'll be able to see that it'll move along a curved path now instead of the straight path. What I'm doing here is because it was small for the frame. I wanted to see the whole frame. I want to make it a little larger. So you see here, I got it down to the 10-second. Now I'm moving to fill up the entire window, and making it a little bigger at that point. So now what I'm doing is composing the animation to fill up the window and having it go along a curve. So that kind of completes what I want to do. So once you get your animation completed as you want to do it, you could go ahead and test it by doing a preliminary movie, or just a preview is what it's called. So if you go ahead up to the menu and select preview, and you could see how it would look previewed. So if I'm satisfied with that, if I'm reaching the point where I'm satisfied with my animation, and I don't want you to do, you only have to do a couple movements, maybe one is enough, just for this assignment, just to learn a little bit how to do a simple animation in After Effects would be good. But once I'm satisfied with it, what I'm going to do now is simply render it. You have to render it. So you go up to the rendering mode, and once you go ahead and select export to rendering, so you'll see export here, and you want to go ahead and export it, and you want to add to rendering. Okay, so no, I'm adding it to the rendering, and now what I want to do is go ahead and click on the rendering button at the bottom there. Now it's rendering it. I add a little bit of a transparency too, but that's not necessary for you to do. That was just another choice, was the opacity. So it rendered it, and you'll see I rendered it to, it's called Text Animation Movie. I rendered it to my desktop, and there it'll play as the movie is. Now in order to import this and post it to the assignment, what you have to do is go ahead and convert this into a either a movie or a MPEG. And what I'm going to do here is just simply go ahead and change this into a movie, text animation movie, and I'll go ahead and save that, and that'll allow me to go ahead and move it. You could do other things depending on whether you're working on a Mac or PC. It could be a MPEG, or could be even a Windows um, video. So basically that's it. Upload that and you're good to go. That'll be your assignment um, for this project. There it be.